Hello everyone. I just want to do a quick Facebook Live for day 5 of the Butterfly Experiment. And excuse me while I fix one thing up. Excuse me. So today, day 5 is the second part of the questions. And again, the questions were, who am I? Why am I here? Where am I going? And what do I want? Yesterday we talked about, who am I, which is compartmentalized. But today we're going to talk about, why am I here? Again, that's kind of a deep question. And sometimes I think people overthink these kind of things because many times, why am I here will be dependent on who you are at that moment. Why am I here? If you're a parent and you're in the, and you got a little kid, you're parenting. You're doing discipline, you're doing encouragement, you're doing education, you're doing all the things parents do. Same with teachers, whatever it is. So why am I here will be dependent on that. So, and I don't think we realize it really goes back to, the whole thing of being in the moment. Where am I at right now, right here? Being in the moment. Not into the future, not into the past, but staying in the moment. Because that'll describe who you are at that moment, and it'll also begin to tell you why you're there. What do you got to do? What's the next thing? So spend some time thinking about that, again, because, we are, I don't want to say compartmentalized, but maybe that's the wrong way, but you have different aspects of your personality. And that's going to manifest in different ways. And once you begin to do this, and what the Butterfly Experiment's all about is creating a bigger arc, going into the cocoon, which we've been forced into by the worldwide shutdown, which caused us to look at a lot of things. Again, I've gotten a lot of feedback that people did say that because of the shutdown, they had to really examine who they are, because for years they've been a hypnotist or a trainer or a therapist. Other parts of their lives kind of got put on the backside. Yes, they may be a parent or a husband, a wife, a spouse, same thing, son, daughter, whatever. But you get so wrapped up in what you do that becomes who you are. And suddenly when that's stripped away, then different things begin to makes you look at it differently. Hey, everybody, if you like this, click like and share, leave a comment. And that's one of the things I think that is causing a lot of this depression. Things have been taken from us, like parts of our identity. I had bunches of training set up, some other things that's gone, Same with I had some movie things I was going to do, a play I was going to direct. Those were gone. So that was, that's part of my identity. So I have to look at that. And sometimes when you're cloistered in, when you're in that cocoon, it's a time to look at that and then decide to change who you are, to reinvent yourself, to do that nurturing on the inside. Like a caterpillar, when it goes into the cocoon, it has to totally melt down the old to create the new. Now, we may not have to do that, but we have to tweak it. Now, there's some things we can look at naturally, when people go through a shift. When you retire, maybe part of your personality goes away because you're no longer whatever it was before. I had a guy just coach not too long ago. Hey, David, Hugh, how are you in beautiful Malaysia? Hope business is well. And Bill, Sensei, he retired and he was really lost because he'd been a police officer for 30 years. Working up, becoming a detective, whatever. I mean, he got way up in a big police department in the Northeast. And he was kind of lost because that was really who he was. And, he retired, moved down here to Florida. Nobody knew him. Honestly, nobody cared that he was a cop. And so, my first challenge to him was for the next 7 days, whenever you talk to people, don't tell them what you did for a living. If they ask, because down here they might ask, oh, you retired? Yeah, what'd you used to do? I was a government employee, nothing, And it kind of kept your ego in check. I had a mentor in the hypnosis world who used to say, because hypnosis is kind of cool in LP, sometimes therapy, but especially hypnosis. He would say, at least several times in a year, you needed to go somewhere like a vacation or something, or when you meet somebody, don't say what you do for a living. Just focus on the other person, right? can you get by without trying to say what you do for a living? So that's part of, why am I here? So when you're talking to someone, it flips the focus on your external part of the communication where you're focusing on the person that you're talking to. So that's just day 2 is, why am I here? And then that will change. Hey, Bob. Hey, Julia. If you like this, click like and share. And make sure you leave a comment. So again, yesterday was, who am I? Today is, why am I here? Tomorrow we'll talk about the next question and have some fun with it. Again, this is all a process because we're going to, things are starting to open up, at least here in Florida. Every state and country is slightly different. But as we come out, why not come out a different person? Why not use this time effectively, right? I mean, it's kind of been forced on us. Like a lot of change happens because it's forced. True growth really happens in crisis. That's where major things happen when there's a natural disaster. I hate to say it, things like war, things like, these kind of crises. It makes people dig down because, as I said in the one day, it's about being resourceful and finding resourcefulness inside. Because if your resources are taken away, your ability to go out and do things, your ability to escape, your ability to do things, you have to become resourceful. And some of us have experienced that lately. So, so again, who am I? Today is what, why am I here? Answer that question. Think about it. Think about all the things you want to do and think about the person you want to be when you come out of this lockdown. I'll see you tomorrow on day 6, and I think there'll be 10 to 12 of these, and that's about it. It doesn't have to be a big thing. Have a great day.